What systems do you have in place that is helping you to run your life and your business better than it ever has before? Hello everyone, Baxter Cribbs here with you with Training with Baxter, and welcome once again to my Facebook Live here this evening, and hoping to give you some value of some stuff I'm learning from a very great teacher, Brandon Bouchard. Just throw it out there, that I've been watching and learning stuff about, and I've been going through. This is just actually the very first video that he has done, which was like, way over an hour I was able to see in there. And so I'm just doing bits and pieces and giving you my major takeaways. And so we want to keep this short. So let me get right on into it here. As we're talking about here, he started out talking about, let me get the right side here, what was the number one mistake that entrepreneurs or marketers or business people make in their professional business. And he went on to talk about in the first video, and we'll just do a brief recap here, that he says here that when you started out your business, we had a desire that we wanted to achieve. We learned how to study the stuff that we needed to study to be able to move through this and learn what we got to do, put pieces together, learn things, get this. And in that journey, our travel, instead of having a straight line up here to success, it was like this. It was back and forth, up and down, here and there. And so, but he said you recognize that that was part of the grind. And so you put this into your effort, you put this effort of grinding into your study, into your desire to make sure everything was held up real high. And then you achieved a certain level of success, whatever that might be for you, whatever that was when you first started out. Could have been just simply a rank advancement. It could have been getting 2 or 3 people onto your thing. It could have been learning how to handle your children. It could have been moving up in your job. It didn't matter. These are the things that we had. You knew what you wanted. You knew you had to study something to get there. You put out the effort to get there. And he said, and went on to talk about then, as he made that long video, and he really got into depth to show you the feeling behind what he was trying to say. And he said that the number one mistake that people make once they make this first success line is that they think, I don't have to do that struggle again. I don't have to put out the same effort to move up to the higher place, to the next level. He said we're fooled in our mind. We know I got 100 touchdowns. I done this. I done that. I don't have to do this again. But you do. You do. And we talked about last night before, in my last video. If you want to go back and find that on my page here, hopefully it was very valuable to some of you and helped you to learn some few things. Was to me as I was looking at it, because he went on to say that there are 3 things that a person that you must do, and we've covered one of them. And the first one was, let me go this side over here, is that we had to learn a skill set. If we were going to move to another level of success and to advance on up, to get better at who we are, what we do, you got to learn what to do. You got to learn how to get there. Is it video marketing that you have to learn? Is it email marketing? Is it blog writing? Is it learning how to build doors? Is it learning how to communicate with people? Is it learning how to do public speeches? Whatever it is, he said, find it out, make a plan. How are you going to achieve these things? When are you going to be studying this, and next month, and next 3 months, next 6 months, next 9 months? When is that skill going to be developed to take you to that next level? Then he said, now here's the next thing, which is the question I started out with, is what systems do you have in place to help you make the second journey, the second step? Well, you done this first, you didn't know what it was, you pieced stuff together, you put it together. Now, you have a little more knowledge, you have a little more ability. Now, he says, so the next thing is systems. Systems are important in our life, and many times we probably have systems in our life and really don't even recognize it, but they're there. We go in some, I'm sure, every single day. Because let me ask you, how many of you have ever been to McDonald's or Hardee's or Burger King or Dairy Queen or any of those restaurants, Zaxby's, that where you have a fast food, even Applebee's and so forth? All those places have systems in place that make them work. Here you can take hormone and enraged teenagers and put them in there, and you can show them how to flip a hamburger, how to put it on the bun, put a little bit of ketchup and a pickle on it, wrap it up in this folder, and ship it out to the end, and you have a system that works. That hardly ever have you heard of a McDonald's failing, okay? Because then the reason they do is people don't stick with the system that's given to them when they buy that $1 million business. Systems are very important. Systems are, and I draw a little railroad track here, because as he said, here's the tracks. The system is that when your tracks are all greased up, your business runs real smooth on that set of rails. Makes it go better, faster, easier, because you have something in place that you do every single day, every single hour, that makes something work so that you don't have to work as hard, and therefore it is easier to a great degree to reach the next level. So, just a few examples, and then we'll end this evening. He talked about athletes have a system that they all get up. If you're going to the Olympics, you know you've got 4 years of training between this set over here and this next one over here, whatever it might be going to do. So they train every day. They have a system. They go down to the same place. They might do a little bit of different struggles as they go through these things, learn something new as they're going through this. But here's the time frame you're going to work at. Here's when you're going to eat. As he said, and there's many people that do this. I actually do this myself to a degree. Not that I'm no professional athlete, but I do take vitamins. I do try to eat organic foods. I do try to stick to a meal every day in a certain way, to be able to maintain my health and to maintain my physical conditioning, so that I can have energy to do the things I need to do in my day job, in my night job, in my life period, as life goes on. And so he said he has athletes that they get up in the morning time and they get out all their vitamins and they get out their little pill boxes and they put them in it, and then they get their dinners ready and they get their snacks ready. And so they have a system that they take, and they eat a breakfast, they take a supplement, they eat a lunch, they take a supplement, they eat a snack in between, they work out, they take a lunch, they take a nighttime thing. And so that's a system that is in place to get them where they need to be top athletes, so that if they're going over here to the Olympia or to wherever, if they're going to a bodybuilding thing, or it doesn't matter what it is, they need a system to keep them functioning in a right way. You know, I mean, if you're a power lifter and you're going to go and compete, you can't just go out there and hit the weights once a week and expect to be in top condition when it comes. There is a system you work through to get to that point. So when you arrive on that day, you can handle maximum weight without hurting yourself and injuring yourself. And that's what a system does in the athletic field. We look at next your email. Email is probably, it is a major distraction to many people. Let's just say it like that. Because what happens is, when you get up in the morning, do you rush to your computer and open it up, and you're looking at that and you're saying, oh, so-and-so wrote me, so-and-so wrote me. This is junk. Let me check on this. Let me clean this out. And what you have immediately done is you have turned your day over to other people. You're no longer working on your agenda. You're working on their agenda, because they want you to open that email, and you did. He says, I have people who are not even allowed to open their emails to after lunch, and then only an hour. If they don't get it done in an hour, it's gone. You find something different. You find something else. You can't stay stuck there. It's a distraction to a great degree. And so here's your system every day at this time. If I ask you what time you check your email and you say, well, it depends, then you don't have a system. You're just doing it haphazardly and you're just plugging it in. Your day has to be coordinated. It has to be operational. And you have to know when you're going to do these things. Social media is certainly a big distraction. If you have Facebook page open, and I use Facebook a lot, I'm on Facebook now. You know, it's late in the evening, but that's kind of become my system, is that at the end of my day, here's what I'm going to do when I do my Facebook Lives, because now I've gotten everything else done, or almost, and right before I get ready to go and to bed, then I'm going to come on here and present the things I have learned, share the things with you, but through the day, if you have that open, every time a messenger clicks through, you got to look at it. Every time you get somebody looked at your blog post, or somebody looked at your post, or shared something with you, you got to go and open it up. And you know what you're doing? Other people's stuff, he says. System is, don't mess with it. You know, excuse me. Don't mess with it. Your social media has got to get out of the way. You got to have a system of when you can check, when you can answer. When I get up in the mornings, there's a time that I do not open that up except to post. I get my post ready to post, and then when I open up my Facebook, I put them on and get back off because I have other things to do, or I'm going to be late for my work. So this is a system, as small as it is still a system. When you have systems, daily mode of operation, sometimes we call them, then you can get more done. Even if you have a daily mode of operation where you say, I only have 15 minutes a day, what can I do? What does your system say do during that 15 minutes? If you got kids, do you have a way to get them organized in the morning? When you get them out of their bed and you get them breakfast and you get them off to school, you get them changed, you get them to the babysitter, whatever it is there a system in place that makes that operation better? Not that it's going to go perfect every day, but you have somewhat of a system in place so that it slides along that a lot better. We go to here, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. Do you have those things set up? Do you just think, well, maybe I'll eat over here today. I don't know what time I'm going to eat. I'm going to go over here. If you're not there, if you're not feeding your body on a normal schedule, it's going to get tired. You're going to get wore out. And you might even miss some meals because you're not on a system that says, here's when you need to eat to keep your energy level up. Here's what you need to eat to keep your energy level up. Because you got to keep your energy level up if you're going to move ahead to the next level of success. That's what having a system in place does for you. Over here, again, we struggled to get to whatever level it was. Small, medium, large, doesn't matter. Wherever you got to, because you didn't have a system. Now we're learning that I do still have to make this. I can't just let this go. I do have to do this. I don't want to make the same mistake over. So I learn. I learn what skill sets I need. I learn what systems I need. And I put them to work in my life so that you can move ahead easier. And there's different systems, and everything needs a system for you to work. My friend, I hope these things I've shared with you have been of value to you. If they have, certainly I ask you to share them with others that they might also learn from this great teacher as I'm learning from this teacher and hopefully sharing these things with you. But indeed, do not make the number one mistake of not thinking that you do know, or of thinking that you don't have to put out the same effort before to reach your next level. The higher you go, the more room there is up there, but also there's still a lot of work to do. It takes a lot of work to make $100,000, to make $1 million. And there's systems that have to be in place to get you there, or you will not. Learn the systems you need, my friends. Thank you very much for stopping in today, those of you that stopped by, and we'll see you in the comments. Share this with others, please. Have a good night. See you next time.